here.
ENT World with Sari
and Jacques.
And Jacques and Sari. And this is number...
Jacques?
Jacques.
I like that.
10?
Yeah, 10. I love
you
it.
reminded me. It's
I know. I like it. And what is it? Happy Groundhog Day, right?
Yes, although whenever people watch the replay, they'll be like, what?
What? Still. So you should be watching it live. That's the whole point, right?
Then it's all good. At least you're not saying Merry Christmas or something.
No.
So we got some good stuff today.
Yeah, there's quite a bit actually today. Well, we were talking about the Oscars last week.
Yes, and you're so excited.
And I always get excited, but I'll be excited right to the end of February. So there's a lot of they said the contenders for Best Picture were The Descendants, The Artist, and what was the third one? I can't remember. And Hugo.
Yes.
Well, now there's a fourth because The Help cleaned up at the SAG Awards.
Nice.
Which is a great film. But The Help was, in every category. Like everyone was on Best Actress, Best Picture. It has a chance to knock off these big hotshots. Yeah, we're doing this song thing. That's right. Didn't get the song.
Mary J. Blige is not happy, right?
No, she's never happy. It's Mary J.
You don't
Blige.
want to mess with Mary J. Blige.
I would never mess with Mary J. Blige. She's a toughie.
She is.
Yeah, so now there's actually 4, because the SAG Awards actually are a precursor to who wins for Best Picture in the Oscar. But The Help Best Picture, ooh, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So it's a big horse race.
I think it'll split up the vote. And,
It might. We're still going for the artist, right?
Yes.
And Uggy. Yeah, and Uggy the dog.
Uggy steals the scene. So
Cool.
I got some juice.
Go for it.
And then I got some other stuff. But
Okay.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, no.
You like Morgan Freeman?
I love Morgan Freeman.
Best voice.
Yes, and I love him, and I just heard this news, and it's kind of odd.
Our beloved Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Shawshank Redemption and all those other wonderful films.
Greatest actor,
is,
yeah.
Engaged with his step-granddaughter.
Step-granddaughter.
He's 72, she's 27.
But that's okay, though.
You know what?
That part actually doesn't bother me.
It doesn't matter, the age thing, really.
It's that they're related in a way.
Sticky.
It's
like
pretty
Woody
bad.
Allen-y thing.
Yeah.
It's not blood, but it's sticky.
I know, it's really, it's odd. I love Morgan Freeman. This is going to be a strange thing to look at him again. I don't know.
I know.
I can't. It gives me the creeps. I can stay away from that. It gives me the creeps. But he's a great actor. And he just was honored now with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes.
I think this is a bigger achievement.
Yeah, and he's been with her for, I heard, 10 years? Is that true?
They're supposed to be.
Okay, not 10.
Something since she was a bit underage.
Like, yeah, 17, 18, but that's okay because it's Morgan Freeman? No, I don't. It doesn't matter. That's wrong. That's so wrong.
And I had other good news. Scarlett Johansson dates normal people.
But not me. No. I'm actually not. I like her. Another one that I'm not a fan of. I know. She's actually attractive, but she's so, again, not my taste. This is actually a running gag here, that these women are not my taste.
You're like one of the most beautiful women around and not my taste.
I don't consider her one of the most, I think she's attractive. She's classic looking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, she's dating an advertising guy
Right.
in New York, and they've been together, 6 months or so?
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. A normal guy.
Normal
I like that.
guy. Normal
Good.
guy.
I like to see that.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a woman that actually I find attractive.
Oh, okay. Who's
Yes.
this?
Actually, I didn't for a while, and now I'm starting to. She's growing on me. Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Absolutely.
Right.
And she had a TV series.
Right. And what was the TV series? Veronica Mars.
Veronica Mars. That's
right.
what she's.
Wasn't she the voice also of Gossip Girl?
Okay.
She's the voice of Gossip Girl. She's actually very cool.
Yeah.
So
she's tiny too.
And I've seen some interviews. She was on the Ellen Show recently, and she's in love with sloths.
Sloths.
Right. Sloths. So she got this present from her boyfriend on her 31st birthday, and she broke down, like really broke down. Like
he brought her a sloth.
A sloth. Like she's in love with sloths. She's a vegetarian. She's like big.
I know, but who wants a happy birthday, honey? Here's your sloth.
And she's in love with sloths. Like it's not even that she has an obsession. She's nuts. But she broke down. Like really, she was a normal person. She was so cool on the show. So I kind of I like her.
Now you know how to win her heart around.
Just buy her a sloth.
You got to do better than a sloth for her next birthday.
Well, that sounds like it's easy to beat, but I think that's what she likes.
No, she wants
sloth.
Just
but she's pretty cool. She's done a lot. She's the voice of I'm trying to remember a video game. She's the voice of Assassin's Creed.
Cool.
Which is one of the biggest video games. That's her voice.
That's her voice.
That's her voice. So she's pretty cool.
So
she's a hockey fan, and she doesn't like Republicans.
You know what? Me too. I sense a match in heaven.
No. She's just cool. I think she's pretty normal. So I like that.
Well, that's okay.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Well, you remember Jamie Lynn Spears?
Of course. Actually, I met her on an airplane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On the way to Lubbock, Texas.
Was she
sat right beside me. No, she just had the baby.
Oh, and what'd you think?
She was very sweet.
Yeah.
Very young, but very sweet.
Yeah. And well, now she's legal. She's 21.
Yeah, so it was a while ago. There you go.
It was a while ago,
3 years
and
ago, I
she
think, yeah.
basically, went and raised her baby, and Maddie, I
can't remember.
Maddie.
Okay.
And now she's making a comeback. She's living in Nashville, wants to get back into the music industry.
Good for her.
Performing, probably
That'd
more
be very
country
cool.
style.
Nice.
Country style.
She was very sweet.
Yes.
I was worried that she would fall to like the Britney way.
Well, she had a kid at a really young age.
I know, that's why,
yeah.
but no, she seemed very down to earth. She was very nice.
Good.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
And she's 21 now, so.
And she's 21 now. I like we're talking about women. This is cool. Okay, let's talk about another woman. Rooney Mara, who was nominated for
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the American version.
Right.
Yeah. David
Still
Fincher.
good.
Fine.
She actually, because of her success, has now been signed on with Steven Soderbergh for a new film called Side Effects.
Okay.
And with Jude Law, Channing Tatum, and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Should be good.
Right. Now, they weren't going to sign, they weren't sure who they're going to sign on. As soon as she got nominated, boom, jump right in
All
there.
of a sudden, let's
Let's
your
see
agent?
who. Let's see the hot one, and let's pick her. Right. So she's becoming huge, a big success.
You know what's funny? Did you hear this little story? Paula Patton, who was in Mission Impossible 4 with Tom.
Yes, right.
She said she went to the audition, and they said, "Oh, you're auditioning with Tom Cruise." And she claimed she didn't know who he was.
Oh, for Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't know who Tom Cruise was?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I buy that
right.
one. Yeah.
Either she's telling the truth or she's maybe on medication. I don't know. How do you not know who Tom Cruise is?
Well, I mean, when the biggest movie stars internationally on the planet, ever, and okay, Paula.
Now, there was another great story, not a great story, actually a weird story with Ellen and J.C. Penney. You want to bring that up? Because this was terrible. I did not like this story.
This is ridiculous. There's some idiotic group. I don't, you know,
one
million moms.
Right,
I think it's really one mom. I mean, there's more.
No, there's actually 40,000 people on the fan page. No, it's actually
40,000. Okay,
but it's a start. I've never heard of them, and they have 40,000 fans. But listen to what they said, right? Tell them.
Well, they just don't want Ellen as a spokesperson because they are very anti-homosexuals.
That's it. That's the whole story.
And that's
I know. No other reason. They weren't saying anything about it. They said, she's gay, so we do not want her as the spokesperson for J.C. Penney.
What planet are you people on?
Right, and J.C. Penney thought this was the dumbest thing ever.
They are the dumbest.
Doesn't she promote Revlon or?
Yeah, she's. You know what? I think it was very smart for J.C. Penney to align himself with Ellen because Ellen has such a huge following with her show. And you know what? Ellen's very pro, animal rights. She's a vegan, and she's brought all these, awareness to all these people who probably
she's amazing. I love.
Who wouldn't necessarily, think about it. You know what I mean? Being a vegan and all sorts of things.
It's a ridiculous thing. It just goes to show you people are just wanting
Ellen
the
rocks.
fame. Ellen does rock. I totally agree.
Ellen rocks, and she gave me good gifts, so I like Ellen.
Well, that's right. I forgot you were on the show. There was something. See, we were talking about Kristen Bell that relates to Ellen.
And Ellen, I did meet Ellen years ago, and she's very nice.
I've never met her.
She's
I've heard she's an amazing woman.
Nice
James Cameron.
Oh, him? Just
jump right into James Cameron.
Oh, that's all right. Nice Canadian boy, Niagara Falls.
Yes, and always getting sued for everything about Avatar, right? Now because he's really upset now with Hollywood, he's taken every single scene of the next Avatar film will be filmed now in New Zealand.
Toronto! Come on, bring them back to Canada.
Avatar in Toronto, right.
Why not? They can build, we have great sound stages.
Maybe Avatar 3 or 4 or 5.
We've got Pinewood Studios here, they can do anything.
They're going to do it and it's very cool because he's purchasing 2,600 acres in New Zealand of an area called, I'm trying to remember the name of it, South Wairarapa. It's a strange place. I drove through it in New Zealand.
Did you really?
I did.
Why didn't you buy an acre or two?
Right, exactly. And then he could have bought off me. I would have made a fortune. How great is that?
Why didn't you do that?
It's unbelievable, but he's going to change the whole thing into an Avatar, of course.
Yeah.
He said it's incredible. He's actually filming the studio stuff in Wellington. So kudos on him. I love it.
You know what?
New Zealand's spectacular.
Yeah, I'm excited for James Cameron.
Yeah, I hope
he knows what he's doing.
And Avatar was a great film.
I know, and I like the fact that he works with technology and he doesn't give up.
No, he doesn't.
That's the incredible thing.
He's a tough
like George Lucas and all that. They keep working on their, they want to. Steven Spielberg. There's a few people that really keep working.
He was married to Catherine Bigelow, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, at one point. James has been married a few times.
Yes.
Not to me though, but
that's it.
He's cool. And I've got sad news actually.
Oh no.
Yeah, Leslie Carter was one of the Nick Carter's younger sister.
Right.
Passed away this week at age 25.
That's very sad.
I knew he's still her husband. He's from Toronto, Mike Ashton, nice guy. And I was friends with him a few years ago before he started dating Leslie. And it's very sad. They have a 1-year-old daughter.
It's very sad.
And
at a young age.
Yeah, and they lived in Hamilton for a while too.
Really?
Yeah, they were based here. I think at the time she'd wanted to get away from her family and all the issues, so she moved to Canada.
Right.
And very sad. No matter whatever the actual cause was.
Oh,
it's
no,
just
no,
sad.
it's
She
not,
left
of
behind,
course.
a husband and a child and all her, siblings and everybody. And
that's terrible.
But I did remember, like, I remember meeting her when she was probably about 12. A couple of years ago. She's 25, so a while ago at Aaron Carter concert. Don't ask me why I was there.
That's the first thing I was going to say. Why?
I don't know why I was there. My friend took me, and we were backstage. And what it was, I impressed that she was like a sweet girl and little girl. But her mother was just, I don't know. The mother was like the worst stage mother I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, and then the mother went on stage after Aaron's set and got applause for herself. Like, why are we it was her mother.
That's
it was
odd.
very strange. So when I saw the Nick Carter family special, and they were sort of, the mother had issues. They all know that, but I've never seen a worse stage mother.
Oh my God! No, yeah, I've heard.
So
she is strange, but that's terrible news.
Yeah,
that's very sad. Very sad.
And also have another heads.
Is it a better news, or are you doing better?
No, it's a little sad news too. But I did want to bring this up. I didn't before. Okay. My cousin's cousin. Her name was Amy Pepper. She was 30. She passed away leukemia. She was very close to Gwen Stefani.
Right, I did hear that. Yes, I heard.
Yes, and no doubt. And Gwen was just fantastic through her struggle with leukemia. She centered a fashion week in New York last year.
Amazing.
Very wonderful. The whole No Doubt organization, supportive, and they dedicated on their website to Amy after she passed. And Gwen would text her and tweet her and all that
I've
stuff.
heard great things about Gwen Stefani.
But a lovely lady.
Yeah,
and
warm-hearted, I've heard. Amazing.
Yeah. So it's
nice
really
to hear
sad.
that. At least sad news, but at least you hear there are people out there that will support it. And it's tough.
Gwen's a nice,
Let's bring up good news here.
Okay, let's talk some good stuff.
Well, actually, great news. Actually,
Okay.
My favorite television show right now has been picked up for a 6th season next
Celebrity
year.
Rehab?
No. Oh, that's funny. No.
Yeah,
actually, it's probably a good show because then it has nothing to do with me, which I like. No, Californication.
Oh, excuse me.
Now that is a show.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's a great show.
I have seen it, but
it is a great show.
He's a sex addict.
Yeah, but the show itself is great.
I know,
it's been picked up for a 6th season, so they're in the middle of the 5th right now.
A lot of women.
Hank Moody is amazing. He's a slime, but he's amazing. It's a great show. It's funny, it's well acted, well written. So yeah, it's been picked up, so I'm very happy. So I got another year of that.
And I've got a very disappointed mother because Michael Pitt of Boardwalk Empire got killed off.
Yes, I heard about that too.
My mother called me, she said, he's so cute, Sari. I go, I know about Michael Pitt. He's been in a lot of films.
I know.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch and a million films, good actor.
I love Hedwig.
And she's like, oh. I said, you didn't discover him, Mom. But she goes, she's so cute. I said, I know about
What's your mom?
Michael
Your mom knows
No,
all
but
this stuff.
she likes to think she found
Of course.
him first. But she's so upset. She goes, what? What are we going to do without Jimmy?
Aw, it's a great show. That's a great show, actually. I haven't gotten into it. I've seen episodes and just not. Californication takes over.
Yeah, you like the fornication part of it.
No, the Cali part. There's a biopic coming out, I want to just quickly, called The Drummer. Dennis Wilson.
Wow.
Yes, very cool. From the Beach Boys.
Of course.
Which everybody knows.
Who drowned.
Correct, at 39, very tragic. Being played by Aaron Eckhart, which actually is pretty cool. Actually, I had to think about that, and I thought that's actually not a bad choice. I can see it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Right now, they added in the cast is Vera Farmiga from Up in the Air, and the Source Code, which is recently. She's going to be playing Christine McVie.
Okay.
Which I can see that too.
I could see
from
that
Fleetwood
too.
Mac. It's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, that's very.
Yeah, the director is he was the director of Bottle Rocket, which I can't remember his name now.
Okay.
He's not a very well-known director.
That's all right.
But yeah, it's interesting. It should be a great story.
Well, Brian Wilson and I guess Mike Love and company are getting back for their tour.
Are they? I did not know that.
I heard that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Mike Love, very cool.
Yeah,
so
well,
that was pretty
they
cool.
didn't talk to
yes,
Brian
I know.
Wilson. And I think, too, I know Brian Wilson is extremely shy. And but I guess losing his brothers, and I guess maybe you just thought we might as well get back together, whoever's left for the Beach Boys.
Right. Yeah, no, and quickly, quick news because we have to go to break, but I want to jump this in there quick, really fast. Les Mis news. I always bring up Les Mis stories. Taylor Swift was going to be Eponine.
Okay.
She's not anymore. Gone, and everybody's happy about that because she didn't really fit in. So Samantha Barks, who does tons of stage stuff, she just finished with Oliver.
Okay.
Professional, amazing. She's going to be Eponine. So this movie is going to be perfect.
Yay,
I'm
you're
psyched.
happy now.
I'm psyched for this movie.
You get a
Very
happy
cool.
then.
So we're ending this segment
we
right
are,
now.
But we'll be back
we're going to come
shortly.
right back.
Come back to
and,
Into World.
Yeah.
Sari, Jack, and Jacques.
See you soon. Jacques.
Jacques.
We are back.
We are back, and we did a bit of musical chairs here because we're super excited. We're
psyched.
Incredible, talented people here who are producers of this new film called General Admission.
Yep.
Laying it on the line for U2.
That's right.
Yeah.
Journalists from Laying It on the Line for U2.
And are you a big U2 fan?
I love U2, yes.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
U2.
Are you too?
And you too. That's right.
So we have Danish, right? Tammy Fallis.
Right. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
So we want to know, like, what started this whole process of doing a documentary about U2 fans? That sounded really
Okay.
That's a great way to start it.
We went to a concert together back in 2009, and we had really good seats. We had red zone tickets, where part of the money for that goes to AIDS research. And when we lined up early in the morning that day, but we saw people that had lined up for 2-3 days that were in another area. And it just sort of gave us the idea that, maybe finding out their stories or, all these people that travel internationally for the band, and they all seem to know each other. That's sort of what I think sparked it.
And that and a lot of coffee, right?
We did have a lot of coffee.
Yeah, the first thing I thought of, you're standing in line for days.
Yes.
Yeah,
Days.
that's
Like, we're
right.
talking, what,
Very good.
3 days? 3 days.
Yeah.
So how do you prep for that? Like, that's that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. We made sandwiches and took stuff.
Actually, I have to say you are the
Packed
best.
a bag.
Tammy actually is the most organized prep person.
Oh, I like that.
Yes,
Perfect.
and she had lists, she had snacks, she had for any possible
Pillows.
things that could go wrong.
Because this is a big
No, she's
If
really.
there was an earthquake,
Well, you have
be prepared.
You have to be. It's a big venture.
I have
you have
my
to worry
little
about weather
Bubby
and everything.
mobile
Yeah.
and everything
A
in it.
Bubby mobile.
She was
I like
amazing.
that.
She was
My little
amazing.
Bubby cart.
Very cool.
Everything in it.
Pencils and pens and
Markers.
So the whole point, because I've been to U2 concerts, but I always usually get a ticket, and I like sitting
Don't
my
get us
butt
wrong.
on a chair.
General admission, you have a ticket.
Right, but you're not
but
sitting.
you don't sit in a chair.
Exactly.
Correct.
I kind of like my
A
butt
lot
in
of
a
people
chair.
I'm the
don't
same
realize
way.
that we actually had tickets.
Yes.
Right.
Ahead of time.
Now, when you got there, what time of day was it that you got there?
Like when you first said.
10:30 on Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, okay.
Gosh, who the heck's up with that?
And we looked around.
yeah,
We were
Saturday
looking
morning,
around.
my
We
God,
were
I'm
thinking, are we sure we're the only ones here? We kept circling around, to double check that there wasn't anything started.
Yeah.
And we set up our stuff, and we had our little station, and then within about an hour, somebody or
Yeah,
maybe
I
a
didn't
couple.
even think it was that long.
Maybe not. Maybe as soon as we set up, a couple came up to us and said, "Oh, there's already sort of a line that has been established and by somebody
You're
that's
the
in a
line, why
hotel
don't
room." So we kind of right away said, "Oh,
By people in Montreal.
yes."
What?
And
How is that
yes,
possible?
so we're getting ready to
The
the nitty gritty.
Montreal show was the day before.
Right.
Okay.
And I think that day happening also in Montreal or through the weekend.
Okay.
And there were people there who were already starting a list.
They were starting a
Without
line
being there.
from Montreal.
These are pretty much controlling, line goers that probably travel with you two or do.
They travel, they know the
Right.
system, they have people that run the lines in different cities that are the same people.
Right.
So everybody
Yeah.
gets to know sort of how things are going to go. Okay. And we show up with our cameras and our lists and our markers, and I think we just threw the whole thing into.
Yeah, frenzy.
bit of
Because they
stew.
didn't expect this. They didn't expect people
Exactly.
to be organized and they
Yeah.
thought they were.
Well, I don't think they liked that someone new was trying to do this without knowing anything.
But it's not like Bono crowned them. People
No,
are
it's
the
not.
It's self-proclaimed.
No,
Yeah.
that's it.
Right.
It's
But they're very, for lack of a better word, territorial about
Right.
it, I
Yes.
think.
Yes, that's definitely an understatement, probably.
Yeah. I'm trying to,
I know.
No, we watched the film, and
Yes, we did.
we're going to show a lovely
Yeah,
trailer.
we're going to
from
show
it.
you the trailer actually
I
right
think
now.
because we want everyone to see it
We
to
want
get
everyone
a
to see
idea
this.
what's going on and what we're talking about, and then we can come back and ask
Come back
lots of
and-
questions.
Great.
And I want to
So,
know more about Tony.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about Tony. Yeah, fun Tony.
I'm thinking about him.
So yeah, so let's watch the trailer and we'll get right back to it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Enjoy
cool.
this.
And you get a chance to be quiet for a minute.
Yeah, I like that too. No.
somebody might be watching.
And done the wristband thing and made sure that they validated our tickets.
You've been in line for 12, or in this case, 40 hours. It seems like 40 hours. You guys, we all become friends and we all know each other, and it's like going to a party together.
U2 fans are a different breed from all the other different fans out there from other different rock bands.
To see someoe's face after they've experienced this thing and have them look at you and go, now I know why you do this.
This is gonna change your life, dude.
City?
Mexico City. Yeah.
For the show?
Yeah, just for the show.
October being put into lockdown.
And we started the list, and then when people came in from Montreal, that was sort of taken over.
I'm not sure if the line Nazis are here yet.
So this is going to be my 30th YouTube show.
81st happened
On this tour?
on this tour.
My 11th show.
Wow! I saw them in Paris on the 18th of July. Out of 4 nights in London, I could get tickets for 3.
Once YouTube fans got to the point where they decide they want to queue up for 60 hours, you're in a situation where the dynamics on a GA line can change on a regular basis.
Most amazing experience I've ever had, probably ever.
Wow.
That was awesome. I love it.
That's a really good trailer.
That's a great trailer.
Thank you.
It really sums up what the message is, the story, the drama, the conflict. Now, these line leaders, self-appointed, and there's with Tony. You got to tell them about Tony.
Yeah, you got to tell them about Tony.
Well, first we'll say Tony was actually nice enough to be in the documentary.
Right.
So even though we had things happen in the lineup, I after getting to know him and talking to him about things, you sort of get to know somebody's motives. Mm-hmm. And I really got the feeling in the end that the motive was he wanted, everybody sort of feels territorial about their city. And he wanted people who are coming to Toronto to have a well-organized Toronto line where everything goes right and it's followed by the system. So it was almost a pride thing. His system, or you know what? And there does seem to be a bit of a universal system.
Okay.
But that in Toronto, the rules were going to be followed. People were going to have a good experience here, and so he kind of, it can be taken, in there's two sides to that. But I think that the motives were good.
Do you think having cameras made it sort of easier for you to keep your number 1 and number 2 spots, because people kind of went, oh,
definitely
they're
what I was
serious.
thinking through the whole time.
We can't just say, well, you two ladies don't.
If you didn't have the cameras, you might not have been there, right? They might have been gone.
Kicked you out.
I think that's kind of I don't know. That's a hard question to answer, because I think the cameras made it a bit more difficult in terms of people didn't want to talk to us. Because they were worried about what we were doing. And in terms of the line leaders like Tony and some other people, they were a little unsure of what we were doing and kind of, I think, thrown off by it and thought maybe we had other motives with this.
Oh, okay.
So, that was one side of it. I think if we didn't have the cameras, personally, we could have maybe held our ground a little more.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I think so. Because we wouldn't have had to say, okay, well, we have to film, so sure, you go ahead and you take the line, because we don't really have the time to do that because we're busy filming.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of did have to hand it over a bit, right?
Okay.
And I think what adds to that is the fact that this line is so organized and the rules are so important. Following the rules, people are, I don't know what the word is to be, but they don't want those rules to ever be broken. Yeah. So nobody would steal somebody's spot.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, things
They're
like
very
that.
Respectful of that.
Very respectful.
I like that.
Totally.
Well, that's good. And did you, like on the bulletin boards, the YouTube fan sites that talk about the lines. So had you researched it prior and to have an idea what you expect?
No, a
lot of sites that tell you how to organize, how to get to these lines, and tons of sites out there.
That's good though.
I think it was.
We had one person give us some tips and
Right.
tell us a couple things, but
Yeah, you didn't want to go by what others were doing. You want to run your own show.
And well, we sort of got the tips of, we needed to have a list. We need to be able to write numbers.
Yeah, you got your. I see your numbers
came
off. They came off. How'd you get it off?
Yeah. You know what? I think I just grabbed that.
Just grab one and you
just grab one.
You're like, I'll be Tony. I want one.
With it. That was Dana's thing. Wanted one. I was good with it.
But there were some people that were pretty impressive, like that couple, Jonathan and Rachel.
Yeah.
They were amazing. They seemed like the sweetest people.
They are
amazing, like how they were involved and so open to what you were doing, and just incredible.
And a lot of people were.
That's great.
A lot of people were. We did get very lucky with a lot of people, and also after people who were sending us things too.
Oh, really? Nice. That's so great.
Now the mail that we get and the between Facebook and email and this whole thing has sort of taken on where people are sending in their stories and what their GA experience was like. So it's almost, I think we're going to start a forum or something just because it is like that. It's people wanting to talk about it and share their times. And
right. So as the process went on, like I don't want to get to the show yet. I want to go through the process of the line. A day into it, you're tired, you're exhausted. You were saying at one point in the movie that you were like exhausted, you didn't sleep all night. How can you
didn't sleep for 3 days?
Right. Now, how do you function, like, even with the organization of it and all the things you had to do? How do you... It's called Timmy's. No, but you also have all these... Because the people from Montreal came in later.
They did.
They didn't come, and you had to deal with all that as well, being exhausted, being stressed out and everything. That's tough.
Yes, it is.
I know.
Did you just sleep in the chair as best as you could? Is that the idea?
Like, other people had tents, but you didn't.
Well,
seriously.
pass out a little bit?
None.
Oh my
Really?
None.
Because there are people who set up tents and
some people
all these
did,
things.
and some people went to their cars and did whatever.
I mean, that's a big
some of
dedication
us
of time, finances. I mean, people were, like they can't, you mentioned that in the film as well, people can't afford it. Young people were 16, 17, couldn't afford to do this.
Exactly.
They take off time of work.
Now, were there any kind of hookups in the line?
I knew she was going to bring that up.
There were a lot of, we met people.
Not with us.
Yeah, not with us. Not with us.
God, I didn't bring that up. Okay.
But we did.
Not with us and anybody else either.
We'll leave that one for another day. We'll do that off camera. We'll talk about that off camera. Right. But there were probably people that
You know what? There were people in line that met at previous shows, and they met in line, and that were in serious relationships now through this whole thing.
Wow.
I think
That's interesting.
I won't say his name, but there was somebody as well that we interviewed that met his wife. His wife is a U2 fan. They met in line,
Really?
and he said, I needed to marry a U2 fan because she had to understand that I'm gonna.
He's obsessed.
This is what I'm obsessed.
And that's another thing. It's almost like it's an obsession.
Yeah,
Like it's really over the top.
It can be.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he'll go to 80 some odd shows and one tour.
Well, Springsteen fans are the same.
I'm a huge
Just
Springsteen
like
fan,
You can't get that anywhere. Look at Deadheads.
Yes.
right. That was the next. That was a
Deadheads.
Deadheads is huge. I agree with that.
And I've never done that before, so I don't even know the extent of them. Right?
Oh, for sure. It's cool.
Now, would you do this for any other band? Yeah. Just for U2? Like, I know you're big U2 fans, but
I don't think I would.
it's just for U2
Maybe
now?
you would.
I absolutely love music, right?
Right.
My absolute favorite thing in the world is to go to a concert.
Right.
Would I sit outside again for 3 days?
Right.
I don't know.
Really?
Maybe if it were in another country. Yes, to be honest, because I think it would be a different experience.
Right. Oh, definitely.
But not here.
No.
Wow.
Not.
Now, what about like security at the venue? How
They were brilliant. They were so good to us.
Really? And they weren't worried about, like, what rights did you have any certain thing to sign for the cameras?
Kind of surpassed.
Oh, okay.
Not letting.
Shh, we're not saying anything. No, but really, that must be tough. Like, you have cameras on all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
We had we made up a form for people to sign
to be in the film.
Yeah.
Right.
So
waivers.
if they were on waiver. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the security on Rogers Center, they were really great.
Right.
We told them what we were doing, and they said, yeah, as long as you don't get this person or this person on film, then you're fine.
You can see it was pretty, like with the gates, you see it's pretty organized throughout the film. It's pretty well done.
Now, were you on such a, like, I know you're exhausted after not sleeping for 3 nights, but as soon as you were allowed in, would the adrenaline go, woo, like all that excitement kind of.
Yeah, I think so. In the lead up that day, there was this feeling like when we were standing for the longest time with the rope sort of in front of us.
Right.
Yeah.
And they, knowing that you're going in.
You're just about to go in.
Yeah, and I think we have on camera where they unravel the rope.
Yeah. Right. That's very cool.
And there was this feeling like, you didn't know what you were in for, because for both of us, this was our first. This is for you too. This is a first time front row experience.
Front row experience. Being into this, you haven't done this.
First ever front row experience.
Actually, probably mine too. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the show in the next segment. Okay. You're staying on for our next segment. Yes, because we're wrapping for another segment. Yes. So we're gonna talk about the experience in the show.
Great.
Okay. So we're gonna come back.
Yeah, this is
This is great.
Back.
Definitely.
ENT World will come back.
Yes, all four of us.
We got to talk more about you too.
Come back.
We'll see you soon.
And you too. And you too. And we are back.
Welcome.
Wow, we made it through so far. We've got some awesome producers of an
Amazing.
awesome. That sounds so awesome. The film's General Admission. This is Dana and Tammy, and it's all about U2 fans.
Yes.
The line, the General Admission line. Question: we're worried about getting trampled at any
That's
point.
right.
Yes.
So you're at the gate. They're letting you in. Okay, tell us what happens. This is where I'm always worried about.
Tell this one.
Right. This is the tough one. This
Can
is
I
the part.
say one part that was very exciting first? That
Okay.
I think the most exciting part for me was because the original lineup, the original General Admission lineup, fan run lineup, was then turned into an official lineup by U2 officials.
Oh, by U2 officials.
So they actually walked us from one spot to the other.
Right, and you see that.
So when we're walking through the, that's it.
I saw you being guided through.
That's right. It was very official. It was very like, you're like being taken to this,
And I'd have to say that was my most exciting part.
That's pretty exciting.
Of the whole weekend.
Like you're being led ahead of everybody else.
Oh yeah, it was very good.
That's pretty
cool.
Yeah, I saw that on screen. That was very well done.
I just had to throw that in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Very cool.
So now you're at the gate now. You're at
And
the
we're
front.
at the gate, and Dana's right smack in front of me, number
one.
one, ready to go. And all I said was, run. And they started to let everyone in. And then I think Dana and maybe two other people got in. And then they stopped everyone.
Yeah, and they yelled stop, like right in the middle.
And I remember yelling, I'm like, Dana, run!
And you're
And I wanted to follow the rules.
I know.
Now they said stop. Now why did
They
they
said
say
stop. Like somebody had maybe
think it
called
was
it too
too
soon
early.
or something.
But you're gone.
Well, no, I stopped, but what that created was like, when your people are rushing and then you stop, and then it was very dangerous
I got
actually.
a little trampled through the door.
Did you?
Did people fall and get hurt? This is possible.
I didn't see what happened behind me. I don't know.
I got hit on the head. I remember going down the stairs and I felt a smack.
See, these images I get are
Yeah.
people like trampling on
They
each
do.
other, like
Animals.
I wouldn't say they're animals, but people
it's-
take it pretty seriously.
right. But it's dangerous. Like we're talking.
It can be.
It can be.
Is there enough security that God forbid something did happen? I don't think you could. That's scary
Wow.
stuff.
What about
think
all the
they can do it
equipment and all this stuff?
differently.
Like, how did you pack it all up?
We had
that quickly?
people waiting for us that would take
Right.
all our stuff. So we kind of unloaded everything right at the last minute.
Now,
our
what did you bring
cameras.
in? You must have brought something in other than your little cameras.
Nothing.
Nothing. No, we're
You're
just
not allowed, right?
We weren't
Yeah.
allowed to bring cameras in
cell
there.
phones,
So
purse,
your cell phone.
maybe, purse.
That's it.
That's it.
So now you're rushing. You're running across the field.
Running.
Wow.
That would have been fun.
I completely lost her. Completely lost her because I'm far too slow.
But you know where she's going to be.
No, I had no idea where she was.
Well, she
I
would
knew
end up
she
in the
was going to
front.
be along what
Along
they
the
call the rail.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
But I didn't
right.
know
It was a
where.
360 setup.
You know
right?
what? I didn't expect that
It's
run
not really.
would.
Okay.
I don't mean-
Okay.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I didn't expect that run would be as long as
For
it
sure.
was. No, it just seemed to go. I was running and
It just kept going
It kept
and
going.
It's
And
a
I'm thinking,
Rogers
I'm not
Center.
even. I'm
It's a
I'm
football
like,
field, baseball
I'm still not
diamond.
even in the inner circle. I'm still
Right.
running.
Now, is anybody past you now? Like,
Oh
right?
yeah, lots of people have passed me, but I did get to that rail.
You want that rail.
And I held on to the
For
rail
dear life.
for dearly, and we were a little bit. We were on the edge's side. We could have been on Bono's side if it was up to me.
Oh, yeah.
But it was still
We
good.
weren't on the edge's side.
Adam's side. Sorry.
Oh, Adam Clayton.
Trust
Yeah.
me, I
Adam
would have
Clayton's
liked to
side,
have been
okay.
on the edge's
you're
side.
right.
I'm
Edge girl.
I'm
You're
like
an edge
you.
girl.
I like edge. I like both, but edge.
Edge is cool. though.
Edge is very cool. I'm edge girl. I'm edge girl.
He looks like an edge girl, doesn't he?
I'll take it.
He'll take
I get
it.
abused all the time. It's great. No, so you're at the rail now.
Yeah.
And how long till the show? Now?
Oh, it's a long way.
Oh, it was quite a few hours.
Like 3
Yeah.
or 4 hours, right?
Just
Yeah.
standing on the rail?
Pretty
Oh,
like
yeah,
against
holding your place.
They let us in at 4,
Oh
and
my.
the opening act I think went on at 7, but
Okay.
U2 was not on until maybe 8:30.
Oh
We're
my
talking 4.5 hours.
How-
So what's the first question comes to my mind?
How do you go to the bathroom?
breaks. Right.
That's the key.
First of all, terrible
Oh.
because to try and find a bathroom in the Rogers Center was very difficult.
Okay, but you're like crushed with people
Oh,
around.
Yeah.
So if
horrible.
you
Yeah.
leave, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
Well, what
it was
happened?
difficult.
What was scary is that I was trying to hold Tammy's spot when she went to the wash, but the natural people are squishing, and
Yeah.
I'm holding it. I'm thinking, how is this happening? And every minute I'm seeing that it's getting tighter, and I'm thinking, oh, she's going to come back, and the spot's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And it was the strangest thing because it is that the gravity just sort of everybody pushes in.
Yeah.
And
everybody loves everybody for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Really tight.
Too intense.
So now, if you went to the bathroom, how do you get back? Or even forget concessions.
You just push your way through.
You just push
through, but it's really hard.
Yep.
It's
You do get back somehow.
She got back. She got back.
I
There
made
you go.
back.
That's the important thing.
Wow. So
And sorry,
no, go.
I'm just so excited about
Me
this.
too.
'cause
This is great.
I did front row U2 a long time ago, but I had a
did?
seat. Yeah,
Oh,
I won
wow.
a radio contest, so it was pretty cool. So I touched Bono's shoe.
You did.
His Berkeley shoes back then.
Jealous of you now.
Yeah, I touched Bono's shoe, but and it was cool, and it was really,
Yeah,
it was
okay.
super cool. And it was super cool at the time. But when, was the concert everything you thought it would be? Because you hadn't seen the tour yet, right?
We did.
Oh, you hadn't seen the 360. You saw the
in
360.
the red zone. Yes.
Okay, so you were very familiar with the staging, the setup, the spaceship kind of.
Right.
Yeah. The only thing was, I think, being in front row, you miss sort of everything that's behind you.
Right.
And this show had, the bridge that was going across and the inner circle. That I kind of felt like a lot of the show was happening all around us.
And also the stage was very high in front of us.
Very high.
You're looking up the whole time, I know. It's the experience of being right there.
Yes.
Yeah, in name, in a way, because we knew we were front row.
Right.
Yeah.
But truthfully, we didn't.
Tell them the best part.
What's the best part?
Oh yes, that is the best
Okay,
part.
go tell us what's the best
Well,
part.
the rail, this front rail is really such a large area, but as we were looking across the rail, we got to see all the people that we lined up with.
Right.
And
there's a shot of that in the film.
That's right.
That's what was just
That was beautiful.
That's
Like, that was beautiful.
unbelievable. Watching the smiling faces, everybody's waiting for 2 days
And
in
they
line.
were all in the spots that they wanted to be in.
Exactly.
Everyone got
what they
wanted.
wanted.
They
because
knew.
they've done this
So
like many times.
all the people along the rail that you're looking down, you know all these people that you've
Yeah.
shared and know
good
them
number.
very well.
Yeah, a good number
For
of them.
days.
It's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have this little workout thing so they can sprint, to get the spot.
Like people have all sorts of
Remember
systems.
Vic?
Yes, that's right.
One guy, he's a runner. We would see him running in the mornings. Like, I remember
practice.
seeing him running.
To
at 6
warm up,
o'clock in
to
the
be a
morning.
GA.
Well, I think he's a runner naturally.
But he just trains for this.
Oh my God.
Apparently,
That's what he does.
I've heard people talking about that. I don't know if
Wow.
it's true or whatever, if they were
You
just
never
joking
know.
about it.
There's
But I
obsession
wouldn't
to
be
this.
surprised because
It
he got
wouldn't
there
be
pretty
surprising.
fast, apparently, to the front.
So the show ran for a couple hours. It's like a 2-hour show,
hours,
done by, let's say, 11:30.
Yeah.
And what happened as soon as the lights are up? What was your feeling at that point?
Yeah, it like ends. Like this after this whole
I
wait.
honestly don't even remember.
You're so exhausted.
We were so exhausted
Yeah.
from the whole thing that even part of the show, I mean, I kind of agree with Tammy that, we may have enjoyed it in a more fun way if we weren't having to worry about taping and filming and what we were doing.
Definitely.
And hadn't been up for 3 days.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Could you next time call Tony and say reserve spot for us?
That would be
Tony.
against the rules.
Oh, or however they assign the line, and then that way you don't have to be sitting there the whole time.
It's very wishful thinking.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
God.
Tony.
You know what, actually, when I actually went to go to the bathroom and I came back, I saw a friend of mine who did not wait in line at all, didn't even know he was coming to the concert. I think he got a ticket from someone last minute. He was sitting right there in the front on the floor. I almost stepped on him while we were
Really?
waiting. Yeah. And I was like, Eric, what are you doing here? How did you get here? Were you waiting? He goes, no, I got a ticket. I walked in. I'm like,
You see?
Civilized.
yeah. So
for the next U2 show, what are your plans?
Is it for the YouTube show or maybe another group, another band maybe?
let's.
No, as U2 fans, I'm thinking, what would be your
I would
definitely going.
Definitely going.
but
I
in
would love
terms
to
of-
do GA again. I wouldn't. I don't need to be number one again.
Okay.
I'm not waiting for 3
I would
days.
love to go
I
the
was going to
morning
say, you
of.
don't want to do that for 3 days.
So if you go, I mean, I
couldn't
did
do
GA, and it was we just showed up and, you just wander around. I mean, it wasn't in the rail area or anything like that.
I think if we would have gone in the morning, there were a lot of people that came the morning of, and you wait for the full day. I mean, you started, we had was it a 4 a.m. roll call or 4
Oh
a.m.?
my gosh.
The morning of.
Wow.
But those people,
But that
I
was
think,
for the people who were there already from the weekend, right?
yeah,
To
and I
get
think
into
some new people may have
order.
come at that time just to sort of get,
So when these people are going, they've done it not just once or twice like you've experienced, they've done it 30, 40, 80 times.
Unbelievable.
What do you think of these people? Like, they're passionate. We all know that. but is there a line they've crossed? Like, it's obsession. There are people, you saw that woman that she spoke to, that there's these women that, you know, they travel together, they meet together, and she tattoos herself a Joshua tree.
That's
Right,
yeah.
so it's beyond obsession. Like, this is...
I think it's different
I think
for
it's
everybody,
amazing,
right?
But
everyone has their own reasons for doing what they do, and...
I mean, it's the ultimate bonding experience, right? For you guys, it's sort of, you guys even bonded further as friends?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Definitely.
So that...
Definitely, and I think when we look at a lot of the fans, the music, and being such a big fan, I have to say, I mean, that music is like in me, you know, and I think when you connect with people that feel the same way about it, and you talk about lyrics, and you talk about what songs mean to you, and you know, it's that shared feeling, but then it even grows more so because you're in line together, and these people see each other from city to city. So it's the music, and then combined with just making friends, it does create a really strong bond. And
for sure.
That's where we sometimes
when I was watching the film, I felt the parallel between like individual passions to like the group event. I mean, it kept going back and forth. You felt something for yourself, but you felt as a group that you're sharing something that people outside don't get.
Yeah.
And Bono does represent a lot for like around the world with like he's done with live. It's not typical just a musician. He's something special.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. And what about your kids? Would you take them to a general admission?
That's a great question.
Oh, well, there were kids there.
But your kids?
I don't have kids.
Okay.
Okay, what are your kids?
And I do, and
my
daughter's more into Selena Gomez at the moment.
So let's say they had a general...
push you two on her all the time.
So let's say there was a general admission Selena Gomez concert. Would you want her to go through that type of experience with all the chaos that went on for 2 days? No, but for her, it's her passion.
Right.
See?
I think I would say if I had kids, I would do that with them.
Yeah, you would be there with them and let them go through the experience.
Absolutely.
Of getting
at that age,
one.
a young age, how old is?
Yeah, Olivia's 9 and David's 8.
Or even as a teenager or whatever.
Teenager is a little bit.
No, 12, 13, 14. You know, like you know.
I would do it. There were young kids that were there with their parents. Yeah.
Really, spending a day or two.
Yes.
Wow.
Camping and.
I mean, granted, some of them, you know, had hotel rooms and they didn't sleep out at night, but they would spend all day in line. Okay. So
really,
you know, they did it.
So they were allowed to leave and then come back, and you guys would put them back.
As long as there were check-ins and different things like that.
Really, that's so cool.
Which is
but
nice.
the kids, that's another thing.
But it was the and I think the kids have become fans, but their parents are fans. I mean, they're
oh yeah,
right. Yeah. Well, look at Emma, the young girl, she's I think 3/4 of the way in.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was saying that her first concert, she was, how old was she? 9?
9.
Right. I saw that.
Yes,
she was like 15. She was watching all these movies, these concerts. Right.
Yeah.
But that's how
But she was on stage with Bono, right?
Yeah, for her first concert.
Yeah, which is so cool.
Oh my God.
How can you ever live up to that again?
Walking around with Bono, that's pretty incredible.
That is very cool.
Why would you want to go back? You're not going to beat that.
You're like, no, I'm staying on the stage.
That's right.
She's apparently touched his hand.
Yeah.
But see how obsessive it becomes? It becomes godlike.
It is in a way.
Like, and it's unbelievable.
I don't think it's that for me. I
wouldn't. Like, I'm impressed with Bono, and I love you too, but it's become, for these people,
I think it's, in a lot of ways, what he represents, the values, that part of it.
Definitely.
But then we heard the term, you know, we heard a couple of people say we're going to church tonight. You know, this is a religious, this is a feeling that when everybody's in this place together, the spirit's in the air.
It's definitely a religion.
Yeah, it's like Elvis fans. I mean, you talk, you know, loyal, Springsteen fans also loyal and all that. So now that the film is done, we could say it again, general admission.
Yes. Lay it on line for you
What's the sort of the plan of action? Like, what's next?
With the film.
With the film, yeah.
We've entered it into a few festivals, about 12 festivals.
Wow. And that's expensive too.
It is.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Everything adds up.
Yes.
But we're hopeful.
Okay.
Good.
And then Dana is working her butt off to try and get someone to buy it.
Oh, we like
that. We like that idea. That's good.
I'm broadcasters, you know, just we've sent it to a few that are looking at it, and maybe even internationally to see if there's a music channel somewhere else
for sure,
you know.
Yeah.
Anybody want to buy it?
Buy it.
So that's we have fingers crossed for all of that.
And how do they get a hold of you guys if they want to buy it or they want to find out more or join the fan pages? Like, give us some.
All right.
It's your turn. This is your spot.
Promote.
Okay. Our website is www.generaladmissionthefilm.com. We have a Facebook page as well for General Admission. We're also having a forum that's going to be added to the website, so people can share their YouTube stories. They can talk about their own experiences.
People can also email us from there as
right.
well, from the website, anything they want.
That's right.
Okay,
and
unfortunately, we can't sell the movie as of yet to anyone who wants it. But it's definitely a thought, something that we've thought about, because a lot of U2 fans are really, they're all over it. They want to see it.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, once it's finished sort of the run and once you've worked out all the other stuff down the road.
festivals, see what happens with that.
Then you could certainly sell your DVD
100%.
versions to the fans, or make an exclusive fan-only
Yeah.
version, you know.
That would be cool.
You know, different different edit or something. Oh, so what kind of budget did you have approximately? Not giving exactly, just what sort of a range on a budget for this?
I think I don't know if we did this right, because we've never done this before, ever. We've never picked up a video camera.
Oh, wow.
Ever. So I think we budgeted things separately, like editing would be this much, and rentals would be this much, and this would be this much. So I don't think we had a full budget
we
per
didn't
se.
go into it with a
But I
budget.
think we've done
sort
pretty
of
well.
Well, the first project, you know, the next one will be more, but this is wonderfully done.
Thank you.
It's great. We're going to put up on our ENT World Facebook page.
The trailer.
The trailer and everything. So we'll do that for you. But we have to wrap up.
We do.
We do.
Oh, no.
I
that was so
know.
much fun.
And I just want to say that we have a lot of great Toronto artists that have that submitted music as well for the
great.
documentary.
Yes, I know. You have your song there
I have
quickly.
one song, but
Fault Line, right?
I do.
Wonderful
we have
song.
Jerry Leisure
It's a
and
great song.
State of Mind and some really great bands.
So again, they can go to the website. Repeat it for our
One quickly before we off, yeah.
www.generaladmissionthefilm.com.
Generaladmissionthefilm.com.
Thank you, Dana, Tammy.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Jacques.
Sari,
Thank you.
Jacques.
Thanks,
This is
Jacques.
the French. Ever since that artist film, I'm French now. Wonderful. Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Great support films, support Canadian films.
Always,
by the way.
always.
I don't even know where my camera angle is.
Sari and Jack on ENT World.
Sari and Jack.
Yeah, we're all over the place here.
I don't
That's
know.
okay.
Are
we there? There we are.
Jack.
Sari, we're going to be back next week, and thank you again for Dana and Tammy for being on.
Thank
Wonderful.
you
So much.
Yes.
Really excited about your project.
And we'll see you again next week.
Go see it whenever it
Yes,
hits
check it out. Check out the
everywhere.
trailer.
Check the trailer out.
Take care.